We live in a world where fear, anxiety, stress, tension are running rampant. And with all the developments in the news, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger for most of us. Yet one of the things about fear that we forget is that whenever we're afraid of something, we're actually holding in mind the very thing we believe the fear is protecting us from. And how this works is we see something in the news, we see something happen to a friend or a relative, or something happens to us, and we say to ourselves, I hope that never happens to me, or I hope that never happens again. And while we're doing that, we forget that the fear has this expectation built into it, because when we say never or not or don't, the mind doesn't know how to picture that. So when you try not to think of falling, what you think of is falling. And so when we're in fear, we are holding in mind, I'm protecting myself, it's making me safe. But usually the exact opposite is true. And when you allow yourself to let go of the expectations built into your fear, the fear itself dissolves, and you can open yourself to a brighter future, a more positive outcome. So let's do the process together that will allow you to do this. And as you do this releasing process, remember it's something you can do with yourself over and over again, and it's something you can do with everyone you care about. So in this moment, allow yourself to review the headlines in the news, things happening in your life, anything at all that's bringing up fear, anxiety, stress, or tension. And then in this moment, could you just simply welcome that fear feeling? And also notice the expectation that's built into the fear. And then as best you can, just for now, could you just let go of that expectation? Could you let go of wanting that to happen? I know you don't want it to happen. Of course not. But when you are thinking of it happening, when you're afraid it might happen, you're already seeing it. So could you let go of that expectation as best you can? And then in this moment, also as best you can, could you allow yourself to welcome at least the possibility of a brighter, more positive outcome for you and everyone you care about? Now, as you do these questions, it's good to allow yourself to ask this question of yourself over and over again. But if you're working with someone else, it's good to switch back and forth. As you do that, you both go deeper together, and you're supporting each other in letting go and being free of fear. So at this point, you would switch. And they would ask you, in this moment, could you just simply welcome any fear or anxiety you're experiencing? And then dig a little deeper and check to see what the expectation is. What are you expecting to happen? And then as best you can, just for now, could you let go of expecting that to happen? Could you just set that free? And then could you allow yourself to be open to or welcome a more positive, brighter outcome as best you can? Remember, when these questions are being asked of you, just do the best you can. At first it may be a little hard to fully let go, but that's okay. The more you practice this, the easier it gets. And then they would ask you, in this moment, could you allow yourself to welcome whatever fear or anxiety you're experiencing? And then dig a little deeper and check to see if there's an expectation built into that fear. And then as best you can, just for now, Could you let go of that expectation? Could you just set that free? And then could you allow yourself to welcome a brighter, more positive outcome as best you can? Okay, good. Now the more you do this process, both with yourself and those you care about, the more you can free yourself of fear and anxiety and worry. And the more you do that, the more you'll see the world through new eyes. The more you'll be able to find more positive ways of dealing with all the challenges of life. And maybe together we can find some of the solutions to today's problems that have been bringing up so much fear. So please, share this video with everyone you care about and do this process with them as well. And let them do it with you. As you support each other, there are no limits.